that all right like this?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. On camera. And who's the distance here? Who's away? We have a few people away.
It's okay.
On camera. And who's the distance here? Who's away? We have a few people away. So 3 times around the world. I don't think so.
At least one person.
Okay. And where is he?
He was on Skype. Oh, Maxime is in Moscow.
That's all. Okay. Well, we did one is you know about the investigation that they have because they have with us in about 10-15 minutes. Just ran to beat. And am I speaking? You want me to use for the distance? Right. Okay. I'll use that for our somebody on Skype. First, I want to tell you that probably aware already that the PhD program for us is a very important topic for this year, 2016. We're really working at it. Next week, there's going to be a curriculum committee who will meet with a number of faculty to accelerate the development of the details of some of the PhD programs. What can we show? So I'm here to answer your questions, but I will give you a brief overview. Number one, you have a Skoltech document, okay, hasn't changed, all right? So the primary diploma at Skoltech or PhD is a PhD, all right? And they will be done in English, and there will be a PhD defense course, all right? For those who want, all right, this could go also to end that note to the next step with the thesis in Russian and the defense of Russian. Right? There was by the way, our actual precedent a couple of years ago, when there was some discussion at the Board of Trustees, really tried to convince the Russian government to accept thesis defense in English. And I discussed that with him, and he told me that he had the agreement of the minister and people high in the government in Russia, but it stopped at the legal. Apparently, it's a legal issue that we cannot do. So maybe it's going to be solved one day, but this is what's there now. All right. So we are at the step that the first pedagogy course will be offered in September. That we will have a innovation workshop more specifically for PhD students later in the year, most likely in January, and which will be run in the dense format in parallel with ISP, right? And we will have a first philosophy course offered later in the fall. What work do we have to do now? It's not all done, as you know, but now the faculties have to determine the 2 PhD level courses, core courses in each program, okay? And also to establish the details of the program. You're all registered in the program, that's fine. Okay? And there are a few courses, and you know what's very nice that Kevin Willoughby did a fantastic amount of work to, although we have a PhD degree, PhD program, to make it as compatible as possible to the experiential and that tool. So there's not a huge difference between the two. In fact, they're, as far as I see, totally compatible. all right? So it's not like we're starting a new degree, it's just that we have to make another step. If you want a degree in Russia, which is rare in the world, right? Most universities, if not pretty well all universities anywhere in the world, PhD degrees at university. It's not a state degree. But it's not like this in Russia, so we're trying to satisfy this. And I can tell you that your school degree, PhD degree, will have great value in the world and even in Russia. So it's not a big problem. The thing for students who will want to work with a state corporation in Russia, that maybe they'll want a state degree for this case, but it's your own choice, all right? It's not us that will impose on you to go that way. We have a PhD policy that's in place that we're developing, implementing, and this is where we are. Any questions on this? Yes?
So, my name is Evgeny. I'm second year PhD. So,
Yes.
we had a
In which program or in which area?
20.
Okay, good.
So, we had a number of meetings with Maxim Kotlov. And throughout these meetings, I had that feeling that the questions that we are asked are concerned about a candidate nauk, not about the PhD. And we've been asked if we're willing to get the PhD instead of candidate nauk. And so that's what you're talking, it's vice versa. If we want, we can get a candidate nauk. But from what I got from our meetings is that we will have to take the candidate nauk, and then if we will want, we can get the paper from Scotland that is something close to PhD, but it will be not a
Okay. If you, that's what I said initially, that we have a PhD policy that's in place, has been signed. Of course, it can be changed, but the current status is the PhD, and we will discuss. Of course, you know, Skoltech is a startup, as you know. It's a new place. Things are changing quickly, and then sometimes we have to make sure that we have a new president, and sometimes we have to make sure we're synchronized correctly and so on. I think that in the PhD, as you saw already, I'm sure you receive sometimes conflicting messages. Okay, I apologize for this. I'm unable so far to control everything and I'm not the one that's controlling all messages for our program that's going to take. Okay, so don't be surprised if you hear things like this once in a while. That means that we need to talk and sit down and see where we are and where we're going. So the formal PhD policy that's approved now, that's going to take is what I do. And if you read it, that's what you'll read. All right?
Am I?
Sure.
So that's well, actually, it's very important to stay tuned into the latest news because, let's say, if you want to get a candidate now, we don't have to take any of the courses. We only have to pass the candidate's minimum. It's only 3 exams, and then you're allowed to get the candidate now. It's only English, philosophy, and specialization. And here at school, that if we want to get a PhD, we have to take all the courses like the pedagogy and innovation and everything. So it's kind of.
That means we need to discuss some more. Okay, there are new people. Maxim Pedros is just new here. People are new, so yeah, we need to talk. All right. So we have a curriculum committee meeting starting soon, and then we'll have discussions about this. But the policy is a policy.
Will students be?
Of course, that's what I said initially. I propose that we have regular meetings with you, so that because things will evolve, all right? So that we discuss and we keep you informed, all right? So, yes.
I think this is a very important question. I think it's a question because a question of trust.
Yes.
All these people here trusted that we will get PhD.
Yes.
You said that this is a startup and things are changing.
No,
And
you mean
at some point,
yeah.
the policy will be that the university does not grant PhDs and all the candidate notes.
No. There's no question about the university's content not issuing a PhD degree. There's no discussion about this. I talked with Tatiana Petrovskaya, we discussed it, and the president definitely agrees on this. So we have to, okay, but will there be some other messages coming sometime? There's no question that we will not give PhD in English. All right? Okay. Yes.
Just have actually a proposal, good proposal. The same actually having, or we will have, like meeting the students to discuss courses because it's important, right? Things might be changing, whatever. You need, I'm sure it's happening, but you need also to have it with professors, not only the professors interested in it, but all of them have to know, and also the hierarchy, because some of them are just going raw, having their own preconceptions, and not caring to check. And then the students are getting kind of unprotected because their advisor thinks one thing, but the uni thinks another. So you just have to tell them.
Yes. Absolutely, I agree with you. Thank you. I think this, yes.
Could you elaborate on your sentence about the value of the university degree in the world? You said it's going to be valuable.
Of course, I mean, if you have a degree from any university, PhD degree from any university in the world, it's taken for what it is. It's between your eyes, your person. When you apply somewhere, it's you as a candidate. What kind of papers have you written? What kind of thesis have you done? How do you answer the question of the people in university, whatever, or postdoc, or whatever, where you can apply? So, for the world, they will not look for a state degree, all right? They will look for a PhD degree from a recognized university. Scultech is already a recognized university. We're young, but you know, we associate with MIT. We have great faculty, good students, very good students. So this is where we start. Any university start. So there are very few people in the world that are looking for a state degree in the PhD. It's just barely exists. That's what I'm saying. Right? It's you, what the quality of work or research that you can produce.
Okay, so that means that we've covered like 8%, 20% is only the name of the university that makes sense there about the value of
Of course, yeah, if you have a PhD from Stanford or MIT, you might be a little more than Scultech for a little while. Good past it. All right? That's what we're trying. Yes.
So Sculptech wants to issue the degree as a private university right now. As a constraint should be confirmed by any agency or whatever. Is it possible
Okay.
Right now?
Well, one option that we're looking at now, that's a good question. We have to, one option that we're looking at too, and then we're in discussion with the president of this international accreditation or international certification of Scultech. And we're looking at this. And we're looking now at certain agencies in the world that will do this for us in France and the UK, maybe in Canada, whatever. And we will get this. Okay, we're looking at what it's costly. These people don't come for nothing. Now, we are working on this. We already have some licenses for PhD, so they're not exactly what we want. Now in Russia, how can I tell you that? I've been here 2 years. I've been dean for not a year yet, so I've looked at the details of the Russian standards. The Russian standards are very tightly defined. They're very specific. Okay? And the defined criteria that are such, you need to find the right one. Okay? So we need to match our perspective. Scultech is a new university in Russia and in the world, right? You agree on this, certainly agree on that. And if we're a new university, we need to change things in Russia also. We're expected. We're funded at that level, and we're here to do this. All right? So obviously, our approach is not the same exactly as what Kazakhstan would like, would need. So we're really, as we go for licensing accreditation, we need to satisfy for the SPM2 and that now we need to find the right degree path, the degree standard, and so on. This is the role of Tatiana Petrovskaya to look at this with faculty. Now, we're new. Faculty are new here too. All right? They have to learn the systems here. Most of our faculty never work in Russia either. All right? Even though they're Russian from origin. They work in the States, they work in Europe. So, is there a common culture of Scultech for education? No. All right? We're a baby that's evolving quickly, and we're trying to get, but we need to develop this common culture. So as PhD student, you're at the forefront of this. We recruited quite a few last year of you, and so on. So it is in full development. So what you're seeing, what you're hearing, is this lack of common culture at Scotland. It's not surprising. Okay? So to answer your question directly, yes, we need to do some steps. We will do some, we're looking to do some at the international level, and we will do some also at the Russian level. And this is Scotland. All right? Does that answer your question?
Answer every year, like for 3 years.
But that's what if we meet regularly, we will tell you exactly the path that we're going for accreditation or licensing of some of the PhD degrees exactly. But if you're in energy storage, will we be able to find a standard in energy storage? Probably, okay, but we need to find it and develop it. And one that we know that we have difficulty, there are two that we have difficulty. One is innovation. We would maybe like to have an innovation PhD. And another one is space. Space, because the problem in space is because it's related closely to rockets, to missiles, to other things, and not to the perspective that we have of space. Space is wide.
But don't worry about the system engineering. I mean, already saw that the official Russian license.
System engineering will be fine, but if you want a degree in space, that's what it is. So yeah, you're right. So we're looking for those options, okay, to find the right one, and sometimes we're going to have it, and then we'll come back to faculty and say, well, we're not quite there. Can we go this way? All right? Yes.
I just wanted to make a point that you mentioned that the Scotland is new and we are building this culture. I've been here since 2012, so it's almost 4 years.
Yes.
And after some time, we've been hearing that Scotland is new and we still need to build this, and it's been already 4 years. So my question is, at what point will we stop calling ourselves a new university, and we'll say, now it was our responsibility to make it. We still didn't. At which point?
Well, that's a good question. You know, I was surprised recently to learn that the BFL is considered a new university. It's 50 years old. Okay. Well, that's too much. When will we? Well, I think that some people say that we're now in the medium phase of development, but until we have solid PhD degree, you know, given, finished, and so on. So how long will it take? 10 years? 7 years? It's an evolving thing, okay? Still, well, you have to admit that you've been here since 2012, and there was no faculty, no labs, no programs, that we've done some work, all right, with progress. But we now at the level that we'll develop this year, PhD degrees more solidly, license and accredited, accredited. By the time the first third-year students, which is middle to 17, and target is middle to 17, to get accreditation. And by the way, don't be surprised there. In most cases, first, I come back to my comment earlier, there are no PhD accredited degrees in the world. No. Okay? So we are special. Number two, accreditation usually comes after graduation, not before. Okay? Now in Russia, we try to get it before, but it's not, you know, I know in engineering in Canada, to get an engineering degree accredited, you need to have graduated your first candidate, because accreditation team looks at what students have done, their records, or what they did in exams, what exams they took, courses they took. You need to have done all the work. So it's not surprising that accreditation comes close to the end, all right? So don't panic if we don't have accreditation, all right? This is something that comes because the expert team that comes to look at the accreditation, they really need to see what students have done. Right? How well they did in pedagogy course, how well they did in philosophy, how well they did in technology and their research thesis. This is the standard accreditation process. Okay, so don't be afraid of that, please. And it's not, I come back to that to answer your question. The value of PhD is what kind of candidate you are, what kind of thesis you did, what kind of research work that you do, and quality publication that you publish. These are the essential elements of the quality of a PhD in the world. Yes?
I disagree in the sense that if you have to receive a working visa in certain country, it should be in some registry in the university. And
Yeah, but
it's simply not prepared as a postdoc only because it hasn't been accredited for study.
say that again, I missed your comment.
I mean, unless school tech is accredited or whatever, it's possible that in some situations you don't get a working visa without a degree, which is not confirmed by something.
Well, Russia tends to be that way. I tell you that in the rest of the world, I've never seen this. I've hired a lot of professors with PhD degrees. When we look at the professor or researcher quality, we're looking at this list of publications, we're looking at this, where did this PhD, which field, what kind of thesis it did, what kind of person he is he dynamic, is he able to carry out individual research. He said that we never, I personally, never look to see if that university had STEM. All right? Because if you are coming from an unknown university, but you publish in the highest quality journals, and you compare a candidate that comes from an accredited university, but that's publishing no value, papers of no value or no papers, difference. Okay, you see what I'm saying? I know in Russia, it's very, comes from Soviet time. So, but it's still there. And we have to live with it. And that's what we do.
Did you ever come across on this point, like someone publishing very good, someone non-university, still the person is hired because there are some bureaucratic requirements?
No, never in my career. But I never worked in Russia before this. So, but I tell you, in Canada, in the States, in Europe, people will look at the quality of your scientific work and who you are. They will invite you for a presentation. They want to see how you present your research work, how you present for a course, and how well you answer questions. They will ask you, they will do interviews with you one-on-one or many. They want to know they particularly want to know the quality of person that you are, and you have the drive to be what you should be, a faculty in the university or a researcher in the research center. Okay, does that answer your?
That comes quite later. This PhD are not that famous, so you need some sort of solid degree. Because all of us will not produce that much result that it just suppress all effects of university.
Yeah, but it depends on what level the university is ready to hire. But for a postdoc, you don't need 10 publications. If you want to do a postdoc, which field are you in? Which field? Well, then in that field, you probably have to do a couple of postdocs, right? But how many people came from Russia? You think when they came from Russia, they went to Russia, they came to North America to do a postdoc or have a faculty position. Did they ask them if they had a state degree in Russia? You look at the guy between the eyes and see what has he done so far. Of course, you don't have a lot. And the reason why I'm asking the field is some fields are, I know in biology, you have to do 2 postdocs. In theoretical physics, you have to do 2 more. So 3. What's that?
3 postdocs.
2 or 3 in theoretical physics. So it depends on the field. Some fields, I'm from engineering. Postdocs are, maybe 1, maybe nothing. Right? You get a position somewhere. If you're very good, you'll get a position somewhere. Right? So it depends.
But will it matter if we don't define it in Russian? Will it be possible that it will be edited by Russian Ministry of Science.
By the Russian Ministry of Science?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But
Yeah,
I
like
think-
if I go back to India, they ask, okay, let's look at the university. They ask Russian government.
Well, no, I think in India, they will be they have many PhD students who did PhDs in the United States and Canada and Europe. I'm sure they're not asking that question. And if they ask that question, you can ask them to call me or send me an email. I will gladly talk to them. All right? And we'll gladly talk to them. Okay.
Dima, I can say that there are some specific procedures of legalization for any documents which are issued in any Russian universities, and you can also apply for this procedure, and you will get a special stamp on the document, and you can submit this in your country. So we have to check because we have different procedures for different countries. Depends on our agreements between countries and states. I know that in India there is a list of universities and degrees which are recognized automatically. So we have to look in any legal case.
Yeah, we can work with the Indian government to make sure they recognize what they. It's not, I mean, you know, they go to our website, they see we've been created in collaboration with MIT, they look at what we do, the field that we have, what we're, quality of faculty, the number of publications, so on. I think it's totally possible.
That part is okay, but there is something called accreditation. Like there are places in India also, like they don't have the affiliation, but students are good, faculty are good, but they don't get the position because of this information, because the university is a place where the degree was not needed still. So they can go and work in the private sector, but they don't get.
I don't think it's do they look at that for universities in the States? In Canada and Europe? I don't think so. So I think it's something that we'll have to talk about.
Yes, of course. And Scottish already has state accreditation for a number of programs, and we are planning to get more accreditation for all PhD programs. It will quite soon, I hope by the end of this year or by the beginning of the year.
And which programs are there?
Which program? Well, we'll try for all of them. Yes. Right now, which programs are accredited at the PhD master level?
No, PhD level.
We're coming into the PhD. But we've been successful at the master level, and we have a very good team to work on this, including Tatiana here, so we know exactly what to do, so it's not going to be No. Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, you had was a yes.
Yes. The PhD guidelines, it is written that we should test some basic major field process and advanced major
Yes.
field process. And as well as I understand, it depends on the field of study. But I could not find how the process which I tested.
Yeah, so we have a curriculum committee meeting next week. I will discuss exactly this faculty members. Okay. So I don't have an answer for you, but it should be coming out in the next few months. At the end of summer, I think we should, or maybe even 1 month or 2. I know some have done some work on it, some are coming, but it's in development. Okay. Yes.
What do you know about the implementability of sculpting? Now, what expected people and companies say, whether they know that we are associated with MIT, maybe you know some example of graduated master students. So,
From what I know, our graduate master students have no problem finding a job. Like one of them is at Caltech on the PhD. Another one, so it's so far, I think it's very promising. I mean, I think we can establish, but you know something? PhD students here, PhD candidates, you are a part of that reputation building. The quality of the work that you do will be a determining factor in that reputation. All right, so you are part of it. Our faculty is part of it. We are, we have, in terms of industrial support, we're #1 in Russia for faculty already. We're developing, we're going fast. So can we give you some more? Well, maybe next time we need that try to put some more statistics on things with our master students at the very market. Some have created companies. One has a company in the Bay Area, in San Francisco area. So I mean, it's not. I think we're doing well. But again, I bring it to you. You are part of that, definitely. Any other question? So we'll try to meet, I don't know when, 2 months, 1 month, well, maybe 2. That will bring us towards June sometime. That will give us time to do some more work, to advance on some things, and before summer is here in June sometime before graduation, or shortly after graduation. Graduation will be on the 23rd of June, and we don't have any PhD graduates yet. Who here will graduate in 2017? Raise your hand.
That's a complicated thing.
I know it's still an hypothesis, but I'm confident. Okay, okay, good. So thank you very much for your attention, and we're always open if you want to come. Oh, you have another question?
So the duration is for PhDs for 4 years or 3 years?
4 years.
There are different
Oh,
yes. On the system, but in Baltic we implement only
4
4 years
years.
program,
Yes.
and we are moving. We are
So our contract will
yes.
be re-signed.
Of course, we will support you to the end. We will not let you drop in the middle. I'm sure we'll find a way. If you ask me, do we have the way to do that now, and I sign you a 4-year contract now here? No, but I know that you're one of the most important ingredients, but the most important things for a university are students. And PhD students are very important, so I'm not worried about that. We'll find a way. Yes?
It has happened already. I got the contract extension.
So you did, see? There's hope.
I think Ramka transferred it. Yeah, so in that, yeah. So you get a contract. Now we'll have a bigger contract. So when it's approaching the end, just go to Ramka.
We make it that. See? So, good, thank you very much. Yes, question?
So some comments about the pedagogy.
The pedagogy course? Well, Kevin has worked quite a bit. Also, Kevin Whittleby is in contact with someone in the States who is a very high specialist. We also have Alexander Chuchanin from Tons Polytechnic, who is the chair of the engineering pedagogy unit at Tons Polytechnic, who's very interested to participate into this. So this is something that is being put in place for the fall, and will have a very high quality. And there's going to be the course part, 3 credits, and the practice parts, 2 credits. TA or something else. We still have to define exactly what we'll accept, but it's coming. Does that answer your question? Yes.
What about the institute where doctoral committee who's on that and what is are
They exist. Natasha Berloff is the chair. You can talk to her. The other members, I don't know them by heart. But we are currently at SCOTEC defining the academic decision making. Academic Council, Board of Education, Curriculum Committee, in institute-wide research, doctoral research for this. So we are working on that perspective. It's going to be finalized very soon. Yes?
So there was a question we discussed before about rumors that should be strict connection between PhD degree and master or specialist degree. So that was a question also.
Yes. I'm sure it's not the case. The question was, Tatiana, you can respond from what you know. I don't find that credible that you say you have to start at the master level and you have to continue at the PhD level in the same field as a master. That's what your question is, right? To me, it doesn't make sense. Did you ever hear anything
If
something like this.
I understand right, you are asking about, is it possible to go directly from master level to PhD?
No, we discussed in email that there was an article that some women said that.
Would there be some limitations?
Yeah.
No, it was not right interpretation of the Deputy Minister of Girls. No, she said only about medicine and veterinary fields because I would say it's understandable for everybody that it is possible. For example, we must stay in electrical engineering, then we'll go to PhD on medicine. It's normal, it's understandable. That was exactly that she said, but someone from journalists interpreted it in other way. It's not right. In official side, in the Ministry of Education side, there is a full speech of the Deputy Minister. You can see that no limitations.
Okay, does that answer the question? It wouldn't be very logical to impose such a, so I'm sure you have full flexibility in the topic of PhD. But to answer your question two, the question, can you continue for master's PhD in the same topic? Why not? If you want to do that, fine. But it's not a requirement. That'd be crazy. Philosophy course is in development too. We are in contact. We hope, I think we should be by the end of fall for the first time. We still have some development to do in philosophy.
Third one.
We will be two, not one for sure. Not one for sure. We're not going to be pedagogy in term one and philosophy in term two. This is our goal. Yes?
Pedagogy is necessarily possible for ideas can be like TA.
There is a theoretical content on pedagogy. 3 credits of theoretical content, 3 credits of practice. Yes, absolutely. Another question here? No? Yeah.
Most of the people here already passed innovation workshop course, and but you said that this course will be somehow modified for PhD level, right? And does it mean that all of us will have to take this course again?
I don't think so. Okay, I expect
I
not.
had asked the same question on Matthew, and he told me that we will have to take
Another workshop?
because it was not it doesn't fulfill the PhD requirements.
That's okay. We'll discuss. I know that this is a debate about PhD level courses versus master level courses. We will discuss that, but my interpretation is that if you did innovation workshop, you did innovation workshop. Okay. Now, would you need to do another? Would your thesis have to include some innovation components? Or you have to read the paper? I'm not sure, but it's not taking innovation workshop again. No, definitely not. All right. You can rest assured on that. Yes.
My best idea is in part by
There is an equivalence there. But you have to pass the course. Okay, anything else? Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions at any time, please pass them to Kirill, or you can come and drop in my office. It's a pleasure talking to you. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. That was important. So we did.
Yeah.
Now
That's
much
good.
better.
So you now you have a four-year contract.
I do. I don't know how comes of this and if it's some kind of provisional thing. I'm sure it's a provisional thing, but
Well, we need to find it. Probably we need to find a definite connected to you, which might be different from what you have.
Yeah.
Find. I mean, it's so obvious.
he didn't explain the details, so let me explain him. Because I think he asked the legal office, is there in front of get a contract extension for this guy, and Alessandro also approved it. And then they just amended my contract, say when this finishes, there's another year of funding. Now, it might be because Alessandro already has he can budget it already, right? So I don't know case by case how this goes, but good news is like, I mean, it's not that people's gonna get into the hole, like it's getting solved.
Yes, now it's getting solved on as need basis. Yeah.
Well, so we know that you never stop. As long as now you're still in